Hi, we're doing this video today for you and your children or your younger loved ones, whatever the relationship may be, friend or family member. I want you to share it with them because I'm going to talk about habits, specifically setting the patterns of behavior in your lives that will lead to wealth and the passing on of such habits to the next generation. Nearly all of our clients at WTA made money the old-fashioned way. They earned it. You remember the old 1981 Smith Barney commercial with John Houseman as he delivered that line from a white cloth table at an upscale restaurant? Well, if you search the recesses of your brain, you might recall the 1980s show Benson and remember the aristocrat Clayton Runnymede Endicott III who once quipped, "I make money the old-fashioned way. I inherit it." Well, those folks are out there for sure, but the last line really doesn't describe our clientele. Most of you have gotten to where you are by earning it and simultaneously getting into the habit of saving and investing. The most important habit of all was likely investing consistently from a young age into your 401ks. You paid yourselves first. Nothing has changed with our advice on that, except to say that for many of you still working, potentially contributing more to your Roth 401k option might be a good idea with the state of the nation's finances. But there are other habits that we can talk about, and those are the ones that have to do with spending. One is obvious, and that's to set a budget and stick to it. The other is drilling down into the extra areas of your budget that may or may not have to be counted in the official tally or spreadsheet, or you may not be counting them. I used to call Starbucks $4. It might be because every time I went there, that's what I would spend. Leaning on AI a little bit here, but back in 2015, a grande cafe latte costed $4.25. Now, I'm going to have to start calling it $6 because every time I go there, the same order costs $5.95. Now, if I did this, and I don't, but if I did, a workday Starbucks habit of going 22 work days per month times $5.95 would equal $130.90 over a month. So what's the opportunity cost over time? If you look at it per coffee, you've got $5.95 compounded annually at 10% for, say, 30 short years of a working career. So that cup of coffee at age 35 really just cost you $103.78 in your retirement years. That's each and every time you make that decision. Just 1 month of that $130.90 habit for your 22 working days costs you $2,284.47 30 years from now if you'd earn 10% per year. Each year of that $6 habit of $1,570.80 would cost you $27,408.63 about 30 years from now. That's quite an impact in your retirement. A year of $6 in your 30s equals around 5 Caribbean cruises in your retirement for you and a loved one. So there'll be places you'll never know you could have visited if you'd cut out just that one little thing. Of course, there'll be periods of loss in markets and others of much larger gains than 10%, but you get the drift. Small financial habitual changes when you were younger equals potentially massive long-term wealth effects. And this is not just for millennials and Gen Z, though. There are compounding effects, even big ones from your 60s to your 80s. So this message applies for everybody. What I propose is a tiny rewiring of your brain. I'm not saying everybody's got a $6 problem. That would be an extremely wired and dangerous society. What I do believe to be true is everyone likely has their own type of $6 issue. Maybe it's simply a streaming service that you're paying for but not watching, like Apple TV or Hulu. Maybe it's more than one. Take that $130.90 per month and put it into a Roth IRA if you qualify. If you're thinking of your kids, then put it into a trust that one day will provide them income in the future. If you're thinking of your church, they may have a foundation that endows their worship and arts program, or perhaps their missions abroad into which you can give more consistently. On that subject, we have been speaking at churches recently to help them grow their giving. If you or your loved ones feel that your church would benefit from us speaking to your congregation, please let us know. We can help your congregation become aware of the numerous ways of giving in a very tax-efficient way, which may help secure the church's future. We can help you set up a trust that can do the same thing for your children. Rewire your brains to take advantage of what we call the Methuselah effect, which according to Warren Buffett is nothing more than the extreme power of longevity coupled with compound interest. And you don't have to live 969 years. We all have to spend money, of course. We've always advised our clients to put their monthly spending on credit cards, not debit cards, for their own security, as long as you pay off the balance each month, of course. If your card is compromised, let's just say your recovery experience is going to be vastly different on a credit card versus getting your money back into your bank account from debit card malfeasance. But we've never said which credit card to get. I would posit that whatever credit card rewards you lock in on, whatever you set as your goal, your monthly dollars are going to drift even more in that direction. There are ways to game the system, of course. My wife and I have certainly taken advantage of all the welcome offers on several different cards and paid for hotel stays and parts of cruises doing that. Even much of our upcoming trip next year to Hawaii is on that. But if you get a Hilton card, for example, trust me when I say that your spending will increase in the vacation category of your budgeting. It even increases more when you realize that Hilton has devalued their points, their currency, 3 times in 2025 alone. And I thought, the dollar had fallen off a cliff. What if instead of Delta airline miles or Hilton points where the effect is an increase in your expenses, you set your target on paying yourself first from your spending? My advice is certainly not an effort to maximize the dollar value of credit card rewards, as there are definitely intricate and complicated ways that you do that, which pretty much create their own to-do list and spending categories. I would suggest that instead you open a Charles Schwab investor card from American Express, the one with no annual fee and 1.5% cash back. We can link the info in the printed form of this video. If you are a credit card enthusiast, you might scoff at the notion of doing this and I guess the boring method of redemption. But this is about spending drift. It's about paying yourself first and basically creating the positive feedbacks in your life that will make a big difference over time. $2,000 in credit card spending every month is only worth about $30 per month on this, but it does equal $360 for the year or $3,600 for a decade. $5,000 in credit card spend per month is about $75 per month, or about $900 for the year. But if you pay yourself first on your own spending, you'll get ahead. So if you open a no-fee Schwab investor card, right now you get like a $300 statement credit if you're accepted. You list your Schwab brokerage account when you sign in as the recipient of the rewards, and then we'll invest that into your portfolio model at our next rebalance. One disclosure, we don't receive anything from Schwab for promoting their card, but if you choose to contribute the rewards to an account we manage, we will charge our usual fees. Just give our office a call if you've got any questions, and we can help you also get that Schwab portal set up. So the main goal here is you want to watch this compound over time with hopefully good investment returns, which of course we cannot guarantee. You want to turn that $900 per year into potentially something great for your retirement. Tell your kids about this if you really want to see them prosper. Just make sure not to put too much monthly spend on that card where you can't pay off the balance, or this strategy will quickly fall apart with all the interest and actually become detrimental to your goals. So call us if you need your taxable brokerage account number, or if you, like I said, need help setting up that Schwab portal. This is just for brokerage accounts only. You can't do it in IRAs or Roth IRAs, so do take note of that. The point of this whole thing is to be a good steward for yourself with your budgeting at home. We'll do the same for you in your investment accounts here, and hopefully the combined effects will only create more wealth for you, your family, your church, or other favorite charity over time. If you want more stewardship strategies for yourself or your family members, please give us a call. Have them give us a call. We're happy to give our time to guide your younger or older beloved ones in the right financial directions. And always remember, if you listen to us, we'll change your financial world.